This evening, crime chief addresses the recent string of carjackings. Minister Greenidge brushes off claims of being an Exxon spokesperson. Vendors bemoan slow Christmas shopping season. In the region, in Barbados, one man believes it's never too hot to build a snowman. And internationally, the U.S. Congress passes its largest spending bill ever.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel. Join us. There are concerns that Minister of Foreign Affairs Carl Greenidge has become a mouthpiece for ExxonMobil. The minister sat down with Wendell Jeffrey to refute such claims.
George, yesterday we heard the minister said that he's unbribable, Minister Carl Greenidge. And today in this report, you will hear that the minister says that he's very concerned that a particular media house, not all the media houses, in fact, you will hear in this report that he's kind of clarifying that he didn't mean all the media houses are coming down on ExxonMobil. He is particularly concerned about one of the media houses who seem to be drudging up most of the negativities. He also says in this report, and you will hear, that he himself has spoken out against negativities of companies that came into Guyana and did not work by the dictates and the laws of Guyana. So listen to what the minister has to say in this report as we continue this exclusive interview with Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister Carl Greenidge.
First of all, let me make it very clear, I have at no point asked the press to go softly on Exxon.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Carl Greenidge was addressing the matter that at least one of the local media houses is trying to portray him as the local spokesman for ExxonMobil. The minister sat down for an exclusive interview with me.
We are a destination seeking to attract investment, okay? And we have many competitors.
The minister said that Guyana has been in search of petroleum prospectors for more than half of a century, and he is very mindful of that reality.
We have sought for over 51 years to attract an investor in that sector capable in terms of financial capacity, willing in terms of having an interest in Guyana, and brave enough, thirdly, in terms of not being worried that their vessels would be seized.
It is with that and those precarious realities forming the backdrop that the minister is continually on the front lines addressing the negativity and the negative reports emanating locally about Exxon.
My point is, first of all, Lisa 1, which is where the oil companies are operating and drilling offshore in Guyana, is a project engaging 3 companies: ExxonMobil, Hess, which is an American company, and CNWC, which is a Chinese company, the largest in China. It's therefore a little odd that one would take out of that package one company. My problem was not that they shouldn't be criticized, but that the criticism should be balanced. Exxon actually has not broken any laws in Guyana. It doesn't owe the government any taxes, and it has not yet produced a single barrel of oil.
The minister has to note that his comments about the oil giant was not addressed to all the media houses. He said that that might not have been conveyed as a fact previously.
My comment about Exxon, and maybe I'm at fault here, was not a comment directed to all the media. My comment was directed to one paper. The newspaper then launched a very thinly veiled personal attack, which I regard as abusive. One newspaper. So let me make that clear.
The Foreign Affairs Minister acknowledged that the media has a right to report and comment. He noted that he too has commented on similar matters.
The newspapers have a right to comment. I agree with that. I have myself commented, and I believe the fact that Kaicho, for example, addressed the problem of foreign companies and Baishan Ling and the difficulties, that was very commendable. I joined them in that exercise.
So there you have it, George. The minister is saying that he is not opposed to any person speaking out against negativities. He himself has spoken against negativities that obtained when companies came into Guyana and were shady in their behaviors. Tomorrow night we will continue the interview and we will hear from the minister specifically as to what he sees as his role based on his letter of appointment as it relates to how he should handle information that comes out with regards to investors and potential investors in the Guyana economy. Back to you, George.
Thanks, Wendell. An ex-police officer is allegedly involved in one of the latest in a series of carjackings in the Georgetown area. Esther Sobers has the details.
Reports indicated that Randy Childs of Red Road Sapphire is in police custody after he crashed a 212 motor car which he attempted to steal. The victim, 32-year-old Royal Alexander, a police constable stationed at Special Branch, parked his car on 2nd Street, Alberton. He had left the key in the ignition of the car and then entered the store at about 10:30 hours on Monday in his plain clothes. It is alleged that upon leaving the store, the cop noticed Charles driving away with his car west along 2nd Street, Alberton at a fast rate of speed. He then turned south into Cummings Street. However, the rash driving by Charles caused him to collide with two vehicles which were parked on the eastern side of Cummings Street. Charles was subsequently arrested and taken into police custody. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Last Monday, the mutilated body of 20-year-old Raynell Benfield was discovered in a cemetery at Triumph, East Coast Demerara. Today, Acting Crime Chief Paul Williams assured the public that the police force is pursuing all relevant leads. Benfield's body was found with her face mutilated and clothes partially removed. The nature of the discovery leads investigators to suspect that the murderer may have known her. Police also have reason to believe that she may have been killed prior to being left in the cemetery. Don't go away, we have more news for you after the break. Stay with us.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you could win one RCA tablet every day. Yes, every day. And that's not all. 4 persons will win $1 million to spend in the store. Just imagine, $1 million in clothing, shoes, and accessories. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. So shop now to win 1 tablet every day and $1 million to spend in the store. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Season's greetings from Kisu's Furniture Store.
Get ready for the concert of a lifetime. The Restoration Life Ministries presents Worship His Majesty on December 14th at 6 p.m. Restoration Life Ministries with special guest Samuel Medas, Earl Bishop, RLM Dancing, Pastor Sean Sobers, and the Prophetic Priest. Don't you miss this. It's Saturday, December 14th, 6 p.m. Admission free. Hosted by Apostle Ridley.
It's that time of year when you break out all the cool and fancy stuff to decorate your home. National Hardware Supercenter and Water Street locations got the ideal furniture collection for the dining and living rooms. Choose from these quality sofa sets and recliners to add that perfect holiday setting. Our stylish dining sets will add a unique touch of class to your decor. The quality and designs are unmatched. We add that extra feeling of Christmas with this choice of furniture in the mega holiday deals happening now at your Do It Best store's National Hardware.
For the best Creole food in town, come to Ridley's Restaurant. Taste our hot meals, fresh bread, and sweet pastries. Our spacious dining hall is free for all occasions. For reservations and more, call 226-2518 or 225-7245. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wrigley's Restaurant, located at 38 Robb Street, Laceytown, between King and Wellington Streets. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Ridley's Restaurant. Tasty and healthy eating.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Welcome back. Last night, police apprehended 2 more car thieves. The men were apprehended in Victoria, East Coast, Demerara, after they were discovered to be driving a vehicle suspected to be stolen. Esther Sobers tells us that there may be a reason behind this recent trend in carjackings.
According to police reports, the men were detained at around 23 hours after they were stopped by police in C Division. They were stopped after the officers noticed the vehicle bore no license plate. Based on information gathered from the 2 suspects, a 3rd suspect was detained shortly after. That same day, an ex-cop was detained moments after he stole a vehicle belonging to a constable and crashed it in an attempt to escape. This rash of carjackings have led the police to believe that they are not random. Today, Crime Chief Acting Paul Williams spoke about the actions again the police force are taking to deal with carjacking rings.
We were able to apprehend a young man over at West Demerara who is in a carjacking ring. Then we were able to arrest a person yesterday who also is in a carjacking ring. And then also, East Coast were able to apprehend 2 other persons. So we're looking at it very seriously, but, you know, we're mobilizing a joint team because there's going to be a massive joint operation across the country, and we're going to deal with this matter very seriously and robustly because these cars are going somewhere, and we have to find out who are encouraging it, because if they weren't markets, they would not have been stolen.
Though this new trend of robbery is an epidemic in Guyana, the crime chief listed possible motives for these thieves.
But then what is the motive behind the carjacking? Is it dealers are sending back people to retrieve these cars from people who own them? Is it indeed that these cars that are being hijacked are cars that no longer allowed to be imported because of the restrictions now placed by GRA, and as a result of that, those vehicles are now being dismantled for spare parts? You understand? The next thing though, is it that people are staging this own hijacks because they wanted now to claim money from the insurance and so forth? So there are so many things that we're taking into consideration, but it is something that we're very concerned about.
Williams noted that the majority of vehicles stolen are Premios and Allianz. Nonetheless, all persons should do their best to avoid being an easy target.
In terms of our stats, it has shown that the Premio and the Alliance. Those are the vehicles that are being hijacked the most, okay? But then when you look at it too, we cannot rule out to say that they would not come after other vehicles, because what I see is that these are persons who are just moving around and looking for the opportunity to strike. And once the opportunity avails itself, there's where they strike on you.
The crime chief also gave the public tips on how to protect themselves.
On your way home, alert somebody that you're coming. So what the person can do, they can look out for you, they can come down and open the gate and aid you or assist you in, because most of the persons who have been attacked is persons who park, come out of the car to go to open the gate, and there's where they're being stocked up and the car being taken away. So alert somebody, okay? Then also I'm asking you to be alert in terms of looking in your rear view mirror. Look to see who's trailing you, who's driving behind you, because for somebody to really come all the way from Georgetown and to meet you on the East Coast, it simply means that the person has to be behind you, very close proximity. So be, just be observant. Observe your surrounding, because it is not something that we're encouraging, it's not something that we want. But we're asking for you now to be self-conscious, because we want you now to be sensible and to exercise that sense of security for yourself. The police may not be there at the time, you understand me? But once we can be in a proactive mode to prevent this, this is what we will do. But on the other side of it, I'm asking you now to be alert, to be very vigilant, and we can be able to work on this together.
Sources within the police force speculate that carjackings may be motivated by the recent legislation. The restriction on cars older than 8 years have created a high demand for vehicle parts. They believe the stolen cars are being sold for parts to unscrupulous buyers. Reporting for Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. One truck driver is in serious hot water with his employer after accidentally crashing on the East Bank public road. The driver claims that his brakes gave out, which caused him to drive into a utility pole near Rahamans Park, Georgetown. He was tight-lipped regarding his name and the company for which he drives. The Christmas season is in full swing, which means stores are open late. Our reporter Wendell Jeffrey tells us that vendors at Starbrook appreciate the newly installed street lamps, but they require much more than just lights to make this Christmas bright.
Brazil shop here, the best Brazil shop in town.
Let him the light loose.
Yeah. But you know, sir, man, they here selling Brazil shop, me not rob, me not thief, me not kill. Brazil shop feed me and me picnic them, so you know, sir, love up. I go always sell Brazil shop till I build my mansion.
Georgetown is abuzz with activities surrounding Christmas. Night shopping in town is now in full swing. So Channel 2 Headline News took their cameras to the street to get a feel of what the experience is like so far for the season. The bad driving practices of the Guyana motorists are making the traffic situation worse. Last night in the hustle and bustle, this minibus rammed into the side of this car at the corner of Regent Road and Avenue of the Republic. The big market square is already lit up. The Public Infrastructure Ministry had promised to brighten the Starbrook Square, and they have followed through on their promise.
The road is slow, nothing, you know, you're just seeing the bright lights, but there's no money, like Christmas money. But maybe down in the week we might get the Christmas feeling. The light is looking very beautiful. At least when we put out later, the customer will get to see everything good. We ain't got put up no more bulb, and so because there's enough light in the city to brighten up our stand. I'm very happy for that.
I'm so happy for the mayor that she used your consciousness and gave me the road early. I'm so grateful for her, and I'm so happy that we are having a wonderful Christmas this year. And to the APNU, God bless you all.
So it's not only the lights, we want better security by the market. The lights is not security, and I think security is important.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Still ahead, we have our regional news, our international news, and your 7-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
Season's greetings from Kisoul's Furniture Store.
For the best Creole food in town, come to Ridley's Restaurant. Taste our hot meals, fresh bread, and sweet pastries. Our spacious dining hall is free for all occasions. For reservations and more, call 226-2518 or 225-7245. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wrigley's Restaurant, located at 38 Robb Street, Laceytown, between King and Wellington Streets. For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Ridley's Restaurant. Tasty and healthy eating.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you could win one RCA tablet every day. Yes, every day. And that's not all. 4 persons will win $1 million to spend in the store. Just imagine, $1 million in clothing, shoes, and accessories. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. So shop now to win 1 tablet every day and $1 million to spend in the store. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
That time of year when you break out all the cool and fancy stuff to decorate your home. National Hardware Supercenter and Water Street locations got the ideal furniture collection for the dining and living rooms. Choose from these quality sofa sets and recliners to add that perfect holiday setting. Our stylish dining sets will add a unique touch of class to your decor. The quality and designs are unmatched. We add that extra feeling of Christmas with this choice of furniture in the mega holiday deals happening now at your do-it-best store's National Hardware.
Welcome back, and we now take a look at news from the region in Barbados. Just in time for Christmas, meet the Bajan that didn't let the hot sun dampen his desire to build a snowman. Here's CBC Evening News with that story.
Well, you wouldn't exactly describe Barbados as a winter wonderland, but one thing you can say is that Barbadians are innovative. Feast your eyes on this, a 13-foot snowman built completely out of tires by Trevor Haynes in Sergeant's Village, Christchurch. Even though he got no publicity last year, it's the second appearance for Frosty. He will soon be totally finished, and his creator, designer Trevor Haynes, says it will be a magical spectacle at night.
It took me 3 weeks to complete it, get the tires in and everything. It took 4 days to paint because the rain keep washing it off all the time. When it complete, it's gonna be fully white and blue. I changing it up this year. Every year I want to do a little change in it. It got on lights with buttons. The scarf gonna be blue. And on the tires is tractor tires, bus tires, and is right now is cars at top, car tire, bicycle tire, the top, car tire, minivan, 2 bus tires, a truck tire, 2 bobcat, and 3 tractor tires.
Well, Frosty isn't the only holiday handiwork Mr. Haynes has whipped up. It's the season for giving, and I put down the mic to help decorate the tree along with Trevor's girlfriend. And after a while, photographer Anderson Arthur joined in as well.
I extend the tree. The tree can be 10 feet tall. It white, but right now it's spray off white, so it can be different. And there's a manger that I'm making out of banana trees trunks. And then I get feed bag to make the coat and what's not. I already built a crib out of one pallet already. I should show you that. But it can be nice when you all come back. It'll be a good sight to see. Frosty gonna hold a gift in his hand and an umbrella that well decorated on that side.
Well, Frosty won't have to worry about melting after Christmas. His maker has big plans for him.
I want to put Frosty for New Year. I want to put a like a coat over it for summer. Change the hat, change the style. I plan to change the whole entire structure tires, as in change the color. So go it as a summer. So hoping by next year I will have it for Independence, a blue and a blue and yellow, and we change the whole thing. So by every year it will change it. But I leave it this height. Right now is the tires, it was 9 feet tall last year. So this year is 13 feet tall. So hoping by next year I will just go up by one tire.
In just a few days, Frosty, the tree, and the manger will be fully complete. Until then, it's all hands and paws on deck. Shane Jones, CBC News.
And internationally, the U.S. Congress just passed its largest spending bill ever. MSNBC brings us that story.
That Republican tax bill, that tax reform bill, as expected, has passed the House. We heard from Speaker Paul Ryan a short time ago. That is a bill that will now head to the Senate. The Senate has crafted its own bill. They'll begin debating that, we're told, in the next few days. Garrett Hake has been watching all of this play out there on the Hill. Garrett, was the vote as close as expected?
Yeah, Craig, the Republican leadership saw the writing on the wall on this. They knew it would be relatively close, but they knew they would have the votes. The last unofficial tally I saw was that Republicans lost 13 of their members who voted no on this. They could afford about 22. They got no Democratic support, which again is not a surprise that this thing came down to a party line vote. Republicans have known for quite a while that it's possible that their majorities in both houses of Congress will depend on them passing this. And so they very much rallied the troops and got it done. I can tell you I'm standing, I don't know, maybe 25 feet from the House floor, and when they got across that threshold, the Republicans knew they had enough votes to pass this. We could hear a cheer in the hallway, and there's a huge sense of, I'm watching some of these members come out here, a huge sense of relief from these folks that they were able to get this across what will be the first of potentially 2 finish lines in the House. At some point, the Senate will have to pass something, and then the House will have to vote again, either on the Senate bill or on a conference committee bill, which we're probably at least a few weeks off from. And Craig, that could be a whole other kettle of fish. The Senate bill is very different from the House bill in some key ways right now. So this thing is not over yet, despite the relief that's coming off the House floor right now.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.
And now for your 7-day weather forecast. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook and YouTube. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed evening.